Hey, welcome to another edition of Tasting the City. What do we got today?
We're going to look at craft beers.
Craft beers. That's different than store-bought beers.
Well, you can buy craft beer in stores, but craft beers are usually done by small, independent breweries.
So we're going to visit the breweries.
Yeah, we're not going to Budweiser.
Just the little guys in our backyard.
Such as one of the award-winning breweries that's right here in our own backyard is the Dunedin Brewery. And so, hey, let's go inside and take a look.
Follow us along.
Well, we're here at the front door, and it says closed, but maybe not for us. Let's go in and see. It's open. Let's go. Well, we're in. Let's see if anybody's here. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Who are you?
My name is Matt. I'm the manager here at the Dunedin Brewery. Welcome. Why don't we come on in and I'll tell you a little bit about the place.
Oh, good. Let's sit at the bar. All right. Now let me get my glasses off. Matt, tell me about the Dunedin Brewery a little bit.
The Dunedin Brewery started in 1996, about an eighth of a mile north of this little downtown village here. There they packaged beers and bottles and kegs for the town. And popularity grew so much that they expanded and moved to this location in the year 2000. There they was a full production brewery, and they opened up a tasting room that was only open on Fridays and Saturdays. But as popularity and demand grew from there, we eventually put in a kitchen, the stage, and we grew what we are today.
Wow, I understand you guys have won quite a few awards.
Yeah, we've won multiple awards for the best Florida beer competition throughout the years. So many I couldn't even count. But we've been just recently. This is our second year in a row that we've been invited to the Oregon Brewers Festival. So it's just pretty prestigious thing out there. And we had being on the other coast of the country, we had a very well receiving over there. It was awesome to see. Our beer line was just as long as some of the big boys through in the industry.
Wow. Hey, can you show me how you make this stuff?
Sure, let me take you in the back. I'll show you how it all works.
Yeah, I was looking at your signs over here. You are Florida's oldest craft brewery?
We are Florida's oldest craft brewery. We weren't the first, but we are the oldest, longest, most continuous running.
So you're the oldest one still going?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and there's something to be said for longevity.
Yes.
Now let me show me how you make this stuff.
Okay, we start by cracking the grains over here in this grist mill.
Okay.
The grist travels up the screw auger into this grist case as it gets gravity fed in through the hydrator and into the mash tun, also called a lauter tun. That creates a new substance called mash, and then we sparge. The sparging process is where the fermentable sugars come together with the water to make a liquid called wort. We test how much sugars we actually extracted through this device called the grant, and then we boil it in the kettle. There we add hops 3 times throughout the process, once for flavoring, once for aroma, and once for bitterness. Then we go through this heat exchange device and into the fermenters. Here, come on back.
So how long does it ferment?
It takes usually about a month to ferment to get the beer to totally brighten up.
Okay. So you just can't make it in one day.
The beer is made in one day, but the fermentation process takes a couple more weeks. So from grain to glass, we're looking about a month.
Okay. That's good to know. So you got to plan ahead, right?
Yes, you sure do. We very rigorous brewing schedule, to keep up with, to make sure everything comes out on time.
So all these big things are fermenting?
They sure are.
So in other words, if I come back in a month, I could get a drink of one of these?
Yes, some of them should be ready pretty soon. Yeah, sooner than that. Yeah.
Speaking of being ready, you wouldn't have any you could sample right now, would you?
I would love to. That's the best part of the tour.
All right, the best part of the tour is coming up. Let's go see. Some of the best times in life are spent on this side of the bar. Matt, you're on the other side of the bar. Tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to go ahead and set you up with this sampling platter. You're going to get 4 tastes from our 16 to 20 styles of beer we have on tap always. And I'll go ahead and get you set up.
Okay, I'm waiting. Yeah, it's kind of cool sitting back here. You're seeing your friendly local bartender pulling a tap, and you know it's just for you. Oh, look at that foam up. They foam differently too. I'll have to ask him about why that is. Some's got a big head of foam, some doesn't. I have no idea why. Wow. That's a nice presentation, Matt.
Thank you.
Now, what am I going to be drinking here?
Basically, what we're going to start is from one end of the paddle towards the handle. Okay. You have the apricot peach ale, the brown ale, the American Classic IPA, and the N2 Stout. The apricot peach ale is an American style wheat ale with the natural apricot and peach adjunct. The brown ale is a little bit more darker. You get a little bit of roastiness and like coffee and some sweetness like cocoa. The American Classic IPA is a really good beer and one of our relatively newer beers. We call it the American Classic because it's made with 3 hop varietals from the northwest coast. So it has like Cascade, Chinook, and Centennial. And this here is the N2, the Nitro Stout, which is an Irish dry stout. It pours a bit like a Guinness, but it's a little bit more sweeter and roasty.
So you mind if I take a little sample?
I was waiting for you to say that.
Well, I will start as he suggested at the front. And this is the apricot, right?
Of course.
Oh, that's very nice. Nice sweet flavor almost. And you can taste the apricot in here.
Sweet, and it's very juicy.
Juicy. Yeah, that's good. Well, I have 4 more to drink, so I better slow down here a little bit. All right, now this one is what?
That's the brown ale.
Just regular old brown ale. You come in and you say, I want a brown ale.
Yep, it's an American spin on a British style ale. It has a toastier mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's almost like a coffee kind of taste in there.
Roastiness from some darker grains and some sweetness as well.
That's good.
Balanced out with the mild bitterness in the back half.
And it's not like a lot of British beers I've drank, which has things floating in them. This doesn't have things floating in them. This is nice. All right, number 3 is?
This is the American Classic IPA.
American Classic.
This quickly became one of my most popular beers.
Oh yeah, I can see why. It's got a little fizziness to it.
You get a nice citrusy aroma. Yeah. You get some piney earthiness in the flavor and a really, really nice bitterness on the back half.
Yeah. And the last one?
Is the Nitro Stout.
Nitro.
That's an Irish dry stout. It's called nitro because the beer gas is different from the use nitrogen rather than CO2.
Oh, that is
so you
really
get that
smooth.
real thick, creamy feel.
And this doesn't have the bitters like Guinness does.
No.
Yep. Boy, you could drink this all day. Oh, Matt, that was great. Thank you for the tour, my friend.
My pleasure.
Now, where are you located?
Right here, downtown Dunedin, 937 Douglas Ave, just north of the light of the main little village here.
All right. And you have a website?
Yep, DunedinBrewery.com. Check us out.
DunedinBrewery.com. Check us out.
Twitter, all the social media.
Facebook, Twitter, everything. You're there. All right. Well,
check us out.
We will. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend. Okay. We're out of here.